Happy New Year, everybody. My name is Tarife, and this is Let's Talk on Every TV. Acha nikwambie, hii mwaka mpya tunaanza na violence, and I'm going to be asking you questions, okay? Your bae who is in Americas, najua wamerudi saizi, hii ndio wakati wanarudi, wana catch flights, okay? But when they were coming last year, they came with promises. Alafu wakaanza kuambia, oh, my bags got stolen in the airport. That is where your gifts and your perfumes got lost. Oh, sijui what. Oh, he had said he's coming to marry you. January is here, you're still not married. Hata hajafanya ile ya PP kwa wazazi wenyu, hajaenda kulipa mahari, hajaenda introduction. What is happening, okay? Kwa nini wanawadanganya? And this is just a thing with, you know, especially men in the diaspora. They have this Kenyan girlfriend or Kenyan girlfriends, plural, wote receiving the same lies. Alafu akikuja anaweka kama itinerary. Leo anaenda Syokimau, kesho anaenda wapi? Sijui nini anaenda wapi? Anaenda Mombasa.
Anafanya world tour Nairobi.
Anafanya world tour Nairobi after ameka huko Amerikani, lying to all of you, and he's coming to you with all the same lies. Maybe he just bought a present because that is all he could afford, and then the rest of you munapata zile peanuts za airport, zile duty free no mnapatiwa. Please, acheni kudanganywa. Unaletewa, what's it called? Like a key holder with, you know, with the I love USA, I love California.
For a t-shirt. What the?
I hope as the new year is dawning, okay? Ume accept ulichezo, okay? You were beaten. I love for those in very strong relationships, okay? Amekwambia, I would love to spend 2023 with you. Ama mambo ya Mungu hayaongelewi hivi, okay? Mambo mazuri hayatangazwi. What's happening? Have you renewed your relationship in the new year? If you were single last year, umeenda Christmas, unangalia watu wanakula ribs with their families, with their girlfriends, with their boyfriends, na wewe uko peke yako, umekaa tu, unajiambia, I am dating myself, I am good alone, I really don't care about that. Why are you alone? Why are you alone? Why are you battling pneumonia on your own? Kwa nini? So do something in 2023. Pata mutu. Like pendeka. Etikia watu wakupende, si lazima kuwe na pesa, okay? Stop being, okay, yes, be choosy, lakini stop being that choosy, okay? Yeah, it's 2023, be easy. Just don't listen to my toxic advice, okay? Mi niko na mtu kwa nyumba, so listen to my advice at your own risk. Other than that, welcome to the show.
I love the violence that she has chosen. However, on the other hand, first of all, Happy New Year to you. And I choose peace. Look at the colors that I am wearing. I am in all white-ish. I am in bright colors, let's say that. And that is the kind of energy that I'm trying to project for the whole of this year. I feel like there's been enough. Like, I am tired of that looming doom, gloom type feeling all over the place. I am tired of it. I am ready for some brightness. So I am embracing that brightness like nobody else. Over here trying to feel like Marilyn Monroe, but with a little less drama. You know what I mean? Anyway, welcome to the year. I feel like it's very exciting to be the fourth feels like the perfect day. Tulienda first, tukaserereka, we are Gucci. Second, recover from them serereko of the first and the 31st to be relaxed. Third, tunaanza kujiuliza, by the way, tukajita kamukutano. You know, you have to call yourself like a small meeting. You're like, by the year has begun. Easy resolutions, tunaziandika ama tuzisahau. And then finally, on the 4th, we are here representing 100%. So I hope you've had a really, really good crossover to this new year and that your days are starting to look a little brighter than they did last year. I don't know what the difference is. Usually it's like 2 days. So I don't know how we're supposed to have suddenly rejuvenated. But here we are, trying to wish and push P, yeah? My name is Kathomi. Welcome to the show.
And if you got back to week on this first week of the year, I am so sorry. Your employers are very cruel, okay?
Wow.
But if you're going back next week, good for you, okay? Good for you. But also, as we get into the new year, it is very important to reflect on our behavior during the festive season. Because for whatever reason, we become new people. We become different people. And it's even been a thing where it's Dirty December, where you go out to buy bread, and then you come back after 3 days. And it's such a norm, especially in Kenya, you know? You work from January to November, and then December, unajirudishia asanti, unajambia thank you for the hard work that I've been doing, and you do the most in December. And that's why you find like most people are hella broke in January because, you know, you went on overdraft, the salary is coming in or it's not coming in. Some people fortunately are also paid in the same month of December so that they can have their festivities and so on. But some people have to wait for that salary in January. Ikiingia January, instead of catering for the month of January, it is now compensating for all the overdrafts you did during the festive season. However, there are small behaviors that we do during the festive season that are a bit wanting, yeah? For example, imambo ya kwenda ushago, and then you go like as a Nairobi person, and it's such a thing, okay? You're all saying we're going to ushago, you all carry your water bottles and sunglasses and AirPods, and then you go to the bundus, okay? And then it's on live the whole time. You're broadcasting everything. Aki gosh, they use like metal cups and everything. And you forget you've come to somebody's house. You've come into their space. Hukubeba shopping, hukubeba anything. You just came as you are. But as you're leaving that same ushago that you came to nothing with, you load your boot with bananas, rice, everything that you can find. You're like, yes, this is, you know, instead of carrying something, you know, it would be so kind of you to just go into a supermarket and buy all the things you'd think they wouldn't have easy access to in ushago. So it's a bad habit. What other festivity habit have you actually noticed?
First of all, let's be all the way clear, because I feel like that point needs a little bit more hammering. The fact of the matter is, I think everyone should have learned this from your childhood, and I hope if your parents didn't teach you, I will be the one to teach you. You never go to anyone's house, family, relative, friend, or whatever. You never go to someone's house empty-handed. It's a bit, unless you're literally just stepping in and stepping out, as in umeenda tu kumchukua hapo kwa gate, and then somehow you end up at their house. You never ever go to someone's house empty-handed. It's indecent, it is crude, it is ill-mannered behavior. Please, peleka hata kama ni sukari moja. Like peleka hata kama the most basic stuff, maziwa and mkate. Like you can definitely scoop like 200 bob to get maziwa and mkate and take it to someone's house. And that is a lesson that everybody should have learned. I feel like it's important for people to learn this lesson. Never go to someone's house empty-handed. Even these people who are always bringing you alcohol, do they know whether you have eaten? Can you bring alcohol plus maziwa and mkate so that when we're having the hangover tomorrow, at least we have something to settle our stomachs? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, moving on to another really horrible habit, especially Nairobi people. What were bontao? Going towards ushago, the thing that you like to do is ferrying everyone to the Western community or to your ushago with all of their belongings. Like especially parents. You guys have a habit of doing this. Because I remember as a kid, the uncle who is going to ushago is the one who is going to carry all of the children from Nairobi. So all of us are all taken by the same one uncle to Gishagi, where your grandmother is and your granddad is, and then somehow they're supposed to not only become your nannies, but also become your caretakers, and also still become the fun grandparent, and they're also still supposed to teach you all the lessons in the world. Like, it used to be such a weird thing, and I completely hated it. But this was when I was, like, significantly young. It was so uncomfortable. You traveling with your uncle is just, it's a lot. So, guys, stop carrying everybody and their belongings. Unaekewa box, ile metal box. Imepakiwa nguo za the whole month.
Have you ever seen a bus?
Month.
Like those buses going to Western, and there's like a stool and a couch on top. You're like,
how is this even?
Where are you going with your things?
Why? And some funny power cables. Other people are over there carrying their speakers, ile hoofer. Ndio msiende kubweka ushago. Like, surely, can you all just calm down? And if you're going to take your children to Gishagi, please go with the nanny. Wacha waende pia na mfanyikazi ndio asiende kupatia shosho na guka hiyo pressure. What if something horrible happens to your kids because you're trusting? Don't forget there's always that creepy uncle. Why are you letting your kids go alone to creepy uncle? Just saying, don't carry all of your belongings. Hauhami mnarudi, okay? It should be a weekend at the very most.
And another thing I really used to hate about, the festive season is how when all of you have gathered as a family, especially these really big families, and then the men seclude themselves and do manly things like sijui traditional brew. Yeah, okay, maybe, you could do that. We're not against it. But it's all about, all of a sudden, their gender roles. The women are in the kitchen, doing the most, and then the men are just seated comfortably, and they're taking those traditional brews, and they're just beguiling stories,
and that
doing
particular
nothing.
part of either the cow or the goat, the head. Why is it always the head? Kwani sisi hatukulangi vichwa vya ng'ombe na mbuzi?
And then all the ladies are in the kitchen slaving away. Munapika 24th, munapika 25th, munapika 26th, munapika hadi 27th. Because of the festivity, the people who are staying from Christmas all the way to the New Year. So all this time you're cooking for, let's say, 20 people and washing dishes, and the house has to be clean because you have to keep up appearances and you don't want to be a burden. So that really used to disturb me, because why all of a sudden, even the guys from the city, even the city boys, the city girls, who at home on a regular day would like wash dishes with their families and everything, all of a sudden they are the men of the village. They want to just sit down and hang with the homies and say storos, and the babes are just working and slaving away, cleaning, oshaing nguo, anafua kila kitu. That you... Because why are we suffering during the festive season and the men just get to sit down and enjoy and turn over a few meats? It was very, I just don't like it.
I knew I would be born. I knew I was born a feminist when I had this particular problem with my granddad. I will never forget. I was probably like 5 or 7. I was really lucky. I've been a very rebellious child. And they did that exact thing. All the uncles and the guka, they went, aliwaita wote kwa nyumba. There was like a place they used to sit with that kahead for the mbuzi, with the supu that now has just been boiled, and those two brews that they're talking about. And I really wanted to know, kwani hii kichwa ya ng'ombe inatastingiaje? So as they've been gathered over there in the corner, I took my auntie, we were almost the same age. I told her to tukangalia wanafanya nini. And we went and we sat down with all the men, and we waited for us pia tusaviwe. Si nasavia na chai na supu na hizo vitu zingine zote. Pia mimi nataka kuonja nisikie venye inaonjanga. And I remember my granddad was like really mad, and he stood up and he said, who's mtoto indisciplined hivi msichana anakuja kukaa na wanaume kwa nini? I'm like, but sioni shida. I honestly didn't see the problem. I also want to taste this. Kwani, what are these things that you guys are talking about that me I can't hear? And we argued with my granddad, and I remember my mom trying to pull me away because she's like, but I just don't understand why this seclusion is happening. And ever since that day, me and my granddad became homies, because he's just like, well, ni kichwa ngumu. But at the end of the day, let us stop making these gender roles this particularly straight. It's not black or white these days. It's gray. Let children be who they want to be.
Exactly.
Moving on, ushaifika ushago, and somehow the one cup you were given when you got there on the 21st is the cup that you've been using for the rest of the holiday season. Because the moment you let go of that cup, somehow all the utensils disappear. Akunanga vikombe, masahani zimepotea, and you don't understand how or why. Most times it's usually because one person took the plate that they had for lunch. They went there, uko chini kwa shamba, uko kwa mto, then they left the plates there and the cups. And that is one person. There are like 3 people who did the same thing. They went and left the plates and the vijikos uko chini. Now we are running out of plates and cups and spoons. Was it just in Ushago?
No.
Or this was everyone's Ushago?
Everywhere.
Right?
All of a sudden hakuna plate.
Vikombe.
Unaambiwa ngoje wamalize kukula, ndio nikuoshe hii sahani pia wewe ukule. And I'll be like, ooh, we in the ghetto. We in the ghetto.
Oh my God. Or it gets to that point where like now you're getting hella traditional because the plates are gone. If it's mokimo, they usually serve it in that like banana leaf. I think they used to do that in Ushago, especially in Meru, because you'd eat a lot of mokimo and all of that stuff. So they'd give you like the banana leaf, which was so cool, and put the mukimo in there. And that was really, really cool. Sometimes it was a means to an end because the nye vikombe zimepotea na sahani, but sometimes it was just embracing the traditions of Ushago. Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but me personally, to this date, I still nunua nguo ya Christmas.
Oh,
I'm even waiting for next week, and then I'll get my nguo ya Christmas. And it's been in me for so long because like growing up, I'd see like everyone would get nguo ya Christmas. But you know, maybe if my mom can afford it, yeah, sure. She'll like buy one thing for you, buy shoes for my brother. And I really used to crave that because my cousins, I used to have like cousins, they were very well off. And they'd always have Ngoya Christmas, Ngoya New Year's. And I was so jealous. And up to now, and I've seen this thing on TikTok, you become something you lack. You always seek in a relationship something you lacked
As a
when you were
younger child.
yes, as a younger child. And for me, it's not like trauma or being clingy to my partner or Ngoya Christmas. All I want is Ngoya Christmas, and that just has been a thing for me, and now it'll be a thing for my son because why not? Why not?
I love it. As people are saying, all I want for Christmas is you. You're like, all I want for Christmas
Ngoya
is
Christmas.
clothes.
Yes.
Can you please? But there's something about that new cloth. There was something about it, that new outfit. Yani haijaoshwa,
Kwanza, my brother, there's this specific, it's so in my mind. I remember, like, my mom couldn't afford like to buy all of us like something, and our last one was very tiny, so he didn't know what was going on. So it was just me and the second born. And my mom was like, let me buy for the baby, meaning my brother, and then you, it'll be next year. And I was so hurt.
Oh, you
And she
heart
bought him like this
broken.
sneakers. They called it bubble gammers.
I
It was a sale. There was a sale, and then she got him bubble gammers. Wacha nikwambie. Niliziva. I would like wait for him to get, it's my turn to wear them now because why? And they were very masculine,
Yeah.
but I'd still wear them because I really wanted a Christmas present also, but she couldn't get it for both of us. I was like, ungetubaya peremende sisi wawili, at least
Oh, yeah.
But anyway.
There's something about that.
I still
FOMO.
remember, Mama.
Like, don't break your heart. And it's so, like you would be prepared at the beginning of the month. Unaambiwa na hii mwaka, maybe amtakuwa na nguo za Christmas. So the whole month, unasikia that, that lump in your throat, the one
Yep.
Rihanna was talking about. Unasikia kinyongo, and you're like, I'm not going to be like all the other kids in Ushago. But you know what? It is what it is. Another thing is the way now, like when guys Ushago, the way they are, the vibes. So guys Afikad Ushago, there's always that one person who came with a car. There's always that one person who came with a motorbike. And then you find that these Ushago boys will come and ask you, tafadhali nisaidie na ako ka pikipiki kako niende tu hapa nichape kalap. Kumbe they're going to collect ladies, kuwadanganya, or those are the guys. Hey, another very important or funny one was the laptop. Those guys who land Ushago with a laptop or a phone, a smartphone, and all they're doing is basically showing it off to these girls in Geshagi, and these girls are like, oh my god, kwanza akona laptop. There's something about that is so cringy, but it is so often done. It is insane. You'll spot like a girl, the girl will spot you, and literally all she's marked on you is your phone and your laptop, so that she can come and watch those two movies with you. Alafu unabeba zile DVD because hakuna internet Geshagi, unabeba ma DVD nakale. You remember those DVD books, the ones where you used to work at DVDs in stacks? You must carry that one going Ushago so that you can try and stand. Shaggy girls, like, wow, please, can we stop?
Listen, one thing that you really used to get me, especially like when you go to like Shagz, is the way you would catch Riz from that like cowboy in Ushago. Let me tell you, these boys be having game, eh? You're going to catch that Riz proper because and I'll come ataona niko na speaker, and the speaker in question is just like some contraption inside like a tungi or something, but in a chona proper. And they're so daring and audacious because let's be honest, especially like right now, like the people, like your peers right now, it would be very hard for somebody that you're talking with them and then just like a normal conversation and then they just like kiss you out of nowhere, especially in the current environment we're in. You're going to be like, I did not give you consent and everything. Those village boys, they're so... What?
Next thing you know, your hand
He will like...
The hands are
very
just
dangerous.
Vijana wa Ushago, and then they take you to that katri pale chini. Unajua penye no one can see. Vijana wa Ushago, wachana nao.
But another thing, another business that is really thriving in the festive season is the car hire business. Because let me just be honest, okay? you're the firstborn in your family, okay? People are always giving you pressure. Ulienda Nairobi, yidi yada. So you have to show up and show out, okay? You have to show up in a car that Christmas and just flaunt and stunt on these village people, because sometimes they'll be doing too much. But what we forget is you went and showed them this image. You know, you're doing well in the city. You guys are driving a car and you came in your water bottle and your sunglasses, and then you're going to use the same car to carry their bananas. And now they feel like they can now like hit you up anytime. And you're always complaining about black tax. But let's be honest, sometimes we bring that on us because you're not doing very well. You don't have a car. You're always driving every day to and from work. But when it's festive season, you hire this car to go to Shagz to stunt on them. So now they feel like you're doing well in the city. Our son is thriving in the city. So what is stopping them from adding you in WhatsApp groups for matanga, for sijui rorashio, for what, for everything, for calling you, oh, umbo yetu sijui liuma, sijui goti ya nani. You're going to be always on call because you showed them this image. So don't go above and beyond because it's going to bite you back.
Yeah, and I know sometimes it's usually for convenience, but like when you start to really think about it, it does give that image of I am doing very, very well. So try and like manage these expectations. And maybe even sometimes just mention that hata si yangu nilichukua juu sikuwa nataka ku, you know, please make sure that it is clear to the people. And of course, mothers. Huyu ni kijana wangu hata anakaga pale Nairobi. Hey, that line. How many times do you hear it immediately? In fact, akona tu vijana. Akona two small boys and girls. Kucheni. Now everybody, your whole family is being paraded like like goats. Huyu ndio first born, the second born, wote wanakaa pale Nairobi. And you're like, can we like not, can this
Or
not be my
pimping you out.
identity? The one for pimping out.
Ako Nairobi na anakaa peke yake na akona nyumba na akona kazi. Msichana wako anafanya nini? And you're like, girl, why'd you do that? Why are you selling me?
You're being so like, you know what? It's okay.
Huyu wangu wanja amemaliza university, anatafuta kazi, lakini ni mzuri sana. Anaishi peke yake. Kijana wako anafanya nini? What's stopping you?
Ama you start to hear the funny stories of, by the way, Joroge alipitia hapa kidogo, alikuwa anakuja kutembeleana. Sijui kama utamtafuta umsalimie. You're like, why am I looking for Mandem to go say hi? Let me tell you, these people can pawn you off like you are some, I don't even know what it is, a bag of maize. But you know what? These are some of the horrible habits that we think need to cease. Some of them are funny because where vijana ushago na wambia wanakuanga na game. But some of them are hella cringe. So which are some of the ones that you are uncomfortable with? Let us know. But right about now, it is the new year. And of course, with the new year is new tidings and some good music. So quick little break. When we come back, we'll have an amazing guest.